Hello, 7th grade math students. This is your first video lesson. This is chapter A, operating with integers and absolute value. We are going to be working on 1,4b today, which is our benchmark of finding absolute value of a number. And then we have the practice of 1,4b as well. Please make sure that your name goes on the top of this packet, as this will be the packet that you guys keep for 2 weeks, as we are going to do 1,4b and 1,5 this week, and then we'll do these 3 sections the following week. Please turn to 1,4b. We're going to do the guided notes for the day. Our objective is to learn to find the absolute value of a number. And our essential question, when would you ever need to use an absolute value of a number? Okay. These are what are called Cornell-style notes. I have questions and key points that you can write for yourself over here. And at the bottom, after our notes are finished, you also need to complete the summary on your own. That is something that you need to complete in order for your notes to receive credit. So let's get started with our class notes for the day. We have some vocabulary of integers, opposites, absolute value. Those are going to be our vocab words for today. Integers are a set of whole numbers and their opposites. And by whole numbers, what they mean there is that they're talking about the numbers of 0, 1, 2, and 3, and so on. Okay? Should we enter sentence the correct way? Opposites are the numbers that are the same distance from 0. And these printed a little weird, so you're free to write beyond if you need to. So opposites are the numbers that are the same distance from 0. And that brings us to the next point of absolute value. Absolute value is what we're going to be working with today and tomorrow as well. So that it's very key for this lesson. Absolute value is the distance a number is from 0. So since it's the distance it is from 0, a number's absolute value will always be positive. Okay. Now we come to our problems for the day today. Our examples of A, B, C, and D here. So you can see our absolute value signs there. Those are those lines that are on both sides of our -7. So I'm trying to find out how far away -7 is from 0. I can count up from -7. I can go -7, -6, -5, -4, -3, -2, -1. But I can just use that. I know that 7 is 7 spots away from 0, or our absolute value is that it is 7. Again, it's represented in a positive form there. If we go over to B, we have the absolute value of 20. That's what these lines are asking for, is absolute value, those straight lines on both sides of the number. We know that 20 is 20 spaces from 0 or 20 integers from 0. So our absolute value of positive 20 is also going to be 20. Now we can also have some addition and subtraction that takes place for our absolute values. So within the absolute value, I have 5 take away 8 today. And now with 5 take away 8, if I count back from 5, or I do 5 take away 8, I end up with -3. So I'm going to rewrite this here. I'm going to have our absolute value signs. They're going to follow down. I know that 5 take away 8 is going to give me -3. So what is our absolute value of -3? I know that the absolute value of -3 is going to be exactly 3 spaces from 0, because 3 is 3 from 0 as well. So our absolute value of -3 is going to be 3. If we go to D, now I have 2 absolute values in this problem here, which is totally okay, but we're going to solve within each of the absolute values first. So I have the absolute value of negative 14, which I know 14 is 14 whole numbers or integers away from 0. I'm going to drop this subtraction sign down just so I don't have to deal with it later. And then I have our absolute value of negative 17 here. I know that 17 is 17 spaces away from 0, so we're going to take it and bring down 17. Now what I'm left with is 14 take away 17. I know that there's a difference of 3 there, and 17 is larger, so it's going to be 14 take away 17, which gives me negative 3. That's all we have for the notes for today. What I would like you to make sure that you do is complete the summary. This needs to be in a whole sentence or a complete sentence, and then make sure that you are answering how are opposites and absolute values different. When you're finished with that, make sure that you complete the practice problems for today. You are simplifying all these expressions. If you have any questions about these, make sure you either rejoin our Google Meets, or you send me an email, or rewatch this video and refer back to your notes. Thank you.